Excuse me, this all right, all right. So hopefully everyone is ready to rock and roll. Get your paper and pen. We're going to be breaking down some pretty powerful things today for each of us to really, they say you when you know better, you do better. Well, for those of you that may or may not know me, my name is Erica McQueen, and I am a health advocate and have been so for the last 20 years. There were a lot of things that transpired in my life that brought me to the place where I am today. A lot of those things were as a young person dealing with lots of little health issues, things that I couldn't quite understand, things that my doctor did not understand. And then, of course, as I got older, things began to happen in my family where people were getting ill, getting all kinds of sicknesses, and lost a lot of family members and friends, people that I love very dearly. And obviously, that sort of thing can really be jarring and difficult to deal with when you lose, a parent or an aunt or an uncle or someone that you love very much. And as a result of that, I became very immersed in the holistic health, industry or arena, or just understanding what other options there were. One thing that happened to me was that I was given a drug that really initially worked so well. It was quite unbelievable because I had a lot of severe pain connected to my monthly cycle. And I couldn't believe how well it worked. And then about 2 weeks later or so, I started hearing things on the news that this drug was pulled from the market and that people were dying very rapidly. And that was very scary for me. Of course, I stopped taking the drug right away. But I think from that day on, I pretty much decided that I was going to learn how to do things more holistically, avoid drugs, because I noticed in working in the health industry that people work for Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I recognized that people around 65 were on anywhere from 10 to 20 drugs. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. There's too many side effects. I'm not interested. And so that's how I got involved. That's why I'm here today. And I built organizations all over the world, franchises, where I'm helping people in our community better understand what they can do to improve their health. So we're going to point out some things that some of us may already know, some things that I'm just going to remind us of, and or even bring some things to our attention, or help us to be more aware of things that maybe we discounted, we just didn't think was super important, and that we really need to pay very close attention to. So let me just tell you all that, let me see here, sorry. Okay, so today we're going to talk about improving your lifestyle, whether it be stress, exercise, and diet. And we're going to talk about some realistic solutions, things that we can do, and then some new technologies that are going to help some of us who've already done a lot of damage. Can just raise your hand right now if you've already done some damage, knowingly or unknowingly. This is a completely non-judgment zone, I promise you. We've all gotten caught up in different things that did not benefit us in our life. And it's all good because when you know better, you do better. And so that's what we're going to do today is we're going to do better because we're going to know a lot more after this call. So when we talk about stress, I'm going to tell you guys, I know some of you came to this call because, you were looking to find out like what is really causing so many health issues today. And what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of it really does have to do with stress. And so it doesn't matter what you're dealing with, whether it be joint issues, blood sugar issues, health, heart issues, whatever. Stress is a very big factor. And so, of course, we know one of the ways we reduce that stress is by exercise. But you know what? One of those other things is by identifying the things that are your stressors. And when I started to pay attention, I had to I had to really discontinue from some relationships. I had to put myself in different space. And I noticed that when I really began to reduce the stress in my life, that my health began to increase. I began to focus more on me, focus more on the things that I needed to do for myself. And so, whether it was financial stress or whatever, once I began to address some issues, I noticed that I was able to take care of me better. And that's when I started to maybe go exercise more frequently, or when I began to watch what I ate more because I wasn't being an emotional eater. Some of you may know that. I mean, I didn't realize I was an emotional eater, but I know if somebody really, like, I had a relative who had some health issues and they were giving me a very difficult time. And whenever they gave me a difficult time, I was like, oh, time for a treat, time for a treat. And that adds up a lot if you're dealing with somebody stressing you a lot, right? And of course, we're trying to help family members and we're trying to help friends, but we have to help ourselves first. As they say, put the oxygen on yourself first. And so I had to do that. And once I did that, I'm going to tell you, I lost a lot of weight. I probably lost altogether about 30 pounds. And initially I lost about 10. And then I came across a new technology that I'm going to share with you all at the end that really helped me to jumpstart my weight loss and helped me to lose probably 20 more pounds. So let's jump right in. So now here's the question. Okay. Do you want to be happy or sad? Do you want to be this couple over here that looks happy, they're smiling, life is good? Or do you want to be stressed like this because your doctor just called you and told you that your A1C is off the chain, or that you are at jeopardy of having a stroke? Okay, that's how she looks. She looks stressed. Okay. So we cannot take things for granted in this life. We really can't. Our health is our wealth. It is the most valuable thing that we have. And so we want to be the smiling couple. We don't want to be this couple here. So let's just delve into some things that we may be overlooking. Okay. So one of the things that we have come to realize is that one of the silent killers that people don't pay attention to is sugar. And most recently, there are a ton of documentaries out there and books. As a matter of fact, I want to encourage you all to go to YouTube. And there is a documentary called The Sweet Death of Sugar. I want you to go and take a look at it. You're going to be so enlightened and blown away, because in this country, we have a major epidemic. And we started to really do these calls for our inspirational leaders so that they could be more aware, because they're the ones that really enlighten the population. People that have platforms where they're speaking, whether it be a church or whether it be a special community group, or whether you are a marketplace minister, this is something that needs to be known and needs to be in the forefront, because we overlook it. In this country, we have so much sugar in our diet. Now, I'm gonna say yes, it is it's something that's going on in our country with all the additives and artificial sweeteners, which are not good for us either. But what we notice is that everything has sugar, and some of us in our families, sugar has been the one thing. Maybe we didn't have the best quality food, but at least if we can get some sugar, then everybody will be happy for a little while. But I want you to think about that. How many of you personally pour sugar on your vegetables? I'm not going. I don't look. Don't raise your hand. Pour sugar on your vegetables. Put 10 sugars in your coffee, guys. At this point, if that's you, if you're one of those people that if you don't have some sugar, you don't have a soda or something, and if you didn't have one, your attitude would be different. It may be because you have a sugar addiction. Okay. And that is very hard realization. People suffer from all sorts of addictions. And sometimes we look at one addiction as worse than the other. But this is one addiction in this country that has become prevalent because of the way that they produce our food, and because of fast food, because of a fast lifestyle, because of so many things. So we're going to delve into this just a little bit, and we're going to take a quick look at some of the things that a sugar addiction can do in your life. Some of you know leaders that struggle with weight. I know that you are aware of someone that may be, dealing with, all kinds of health issues like blood sugar issues. Okay. So we really wanted to talk about this after Thanksgiving and not before Thanksgiving. I know many be like, well, Erica, I had a good time for Thanksgiving. And I say, hey, that happens. You definitely want to have a good time. And if you take care of yourself 95% of the time, then when you have those days when you're eating a little extra sweets and things of that nature, it won't make such a dramatic difference to your health. So, most definitely, guys, here are some things that we actually want to minimize. Okay. We want to minimize heart issues and things like stroke. Clogged arteries are greatly attributed to just excess sugar and weight that we might gain. Obviously, we want to minimize we want to minimize diabetes, and we want to work on regulating our blood sugar, which is connected and has an impact on our heart, has an impact on mobility, on organ failure, on so many things, on blindness. I have never met so many people since I've been in the health advocate, people who are blind in an eye because of maybe overindulgence of and not taking care of their blood sugar, and they or maybe not even noticing that they have this issue because they haven't had a regular checkup and have not had their A1C checked. And so also digestive issues. You may be a person that's having chronic pain in your stomach, or your gut flora is off because you have a candida yeast infection and you are just constantly craving sugar, and you for some reason think it's perfectly normal, and you haven't connected the dots and said, wait a minute, every time I eat a lot of sugar, I have digestive issues. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that there's certain illnesses that actually sugar is like, it creates energy, but it's a short window for that energy. But that energy that you have from sugar, it actually feeds things like cancer. So cancer's like, yay, sugar's in the house, sugar's in the house, right? It just multiplies it. And the thing that's so sad is my friend took her mother to the cancer treatment for her chemo, and they had candy everywhere. And she almost blew her gasket. She was irate. She was like, what on earth is going on here? You giving people candy at the chemo treatment? Are you serious? Okay, increased hunger and weight gain. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's something about being hangry. If you know what I mean, it's really that strong desire, that dopamine fix that we get when we had sugar and now we want more, just like any other addiction. And it causes you to weight gain because the hormones that are telling you that you're full, sugar overrides it. Okay. And sugar basically says more, more, more. It tells your body that it wants more. Okay. And so when you begin to decline your sugar intake, you will notice that you won't even have the same kind of cravings as you had before. Also, cognitive decline. How many people experience brain fog and also issues related to Alzheimer's and dementia and things of that nature, or people that are irritable? As I was talking about that whole hangry thing, you're happy for a minute, but after that, whoop, you swing to the other side, and now there's nothing consolable that anyone can do to keep you happy unless they give you a piece of cake. Well, guys, this is a real thing. I know someone told me once that they like to eat ice cream. Okay, so you wake up and if you don't get your ice cream, you might even jump in a car and drive. It could be late night. We all know those situations that happen. Or depression. It also aids in people not having that brain balance and causes them to have the depression issues. And also energy issues. We think it helps us with energy, but then as soon as we go up within 30 minutes, we're coming down again and we need more sugar. And that is just a vicious cycle that is very hard to break. And then it also makes your skin, gives you acne issues, problems with wrinkles. It really ages you. But when you begin to clear the sugar out of your diet, you will notice some major changes. You will notice that your blood sugar will instantly get better. You'll notice that maybe your stomach will stop hurting, or maybe, your blood pressure will begin to regulate more. A lot of people really underestimate it, but I'm going to tell you guys the thing that's kind of scary is that almost everything that we eat, if it's processed in any way, they added sugar. Okay. As a matter of fact, just to call it McDonald's, just to give you an example, their French fries are delicious. Some of you may say, "Oh, French fries, a good French fry, right?" In this country, there's 19 ingredients in that French fry, whereas in the UK, there's 3 ingredients. Their government does not allow certain ingredients in their food the way they do here in a capitalist United States of America. They will allow these big manufacturers to make so much money off of us by making us addicted to food. And we buy into it and we joke about it and we minimize it. But the truth of the matter is, our families, we're losing our family members. And before you get to the funeral, okay, lots of things happen that we could have potentially have improved. And so that's the power of knowledge, is that we want to make sure that everyone is empowered and knows what they can do to make their situation a little better. So here's just a few things you can swap. Some of you may be drinking sodas. The truth of the matter is, there's like 32 grams of sugar in one soda, 112-ounce soda. Okay. And it also impacts whether your body is alkaline or not. And so sodas are something you want to avoid, and then eliminate completely. Okay. Energy drinks, juices. I remember when I was pregnant, every time I went back to the doctor, I gained 10 pounds for 3 weeks. And she said, "Well, what are you eating?" I said, "I'm not really eating anything. I thought I was eating healthy for the baby." I said, "Well, I just drink juice." She said, no, ma'am. Stop drinking those juices. They have high fructose corn syrup in them. And I was like, oh my gosh. And when I stopped drinking those sugary drinks, I didn't gain any more weight for the next, my next visit. Okay. So you can find other more healthy sugars, things to sweeten your food. Okay. But sugar and high fructose, you need to avoid it like the plague. Okay, some of you like drinking coffee, so like you might want to use some stevia instead. Okay, you might want to replace your candy fix with like trail mix with a couple little few pieces of dark chocolate in it. You want to avoid processed food and anything that's eliminated with sugar. So let me tell you, I thought I was doing really good with not, and this is when I was about 10 pounds down. Okay, and I wasn't doing it to lose weight because I didn't mind being a little thick, as they call it. But then when I lost the 10 pounds, then I realized that so many of the foods that I was using had added sugar. And I remember saying to myself, there is no way that I'm going to eliminate sugar out of some of these things, like my almond milk or like my yogurt. I'm like, now come on, I'm already eating yogurt. Now I'm going to eliminate the sugar out of the yogurt. Well, once I realized that I was addicted to sugar, I really started taking a very strong look at what I could do to eliminate it altogether. And I promise you, I haven't done it altogether. Like I'm still some sugar in my diet, a small amount. But the other thing you want to do is eliminate any one thing that has more than 6 grams of sugar in it. Okay, just eliminate it. Say, oh, that's too high in sugar. And next thing you know, I'll be over my daily allowance, which I think is 50 grams of sugar. You want to avoid alcoholic beverages that are sweetened with soda, juice, honey, sugar, or agave. And I know that just now, I know I just lost some people on the call, I'm sure. But I'm here to tell you, you want to make it a special occasion. You don't want to have it as an everyday thing, because these sugars are, your pancreas is screaming and it's not happy with you. And you know, you hear people say, well, I had pancreatitis, pancreatic cancer, I have issues, I have diabetes. Okay, it's all because of these wonderful little fun things that we're doing, all these treats that we're having. Okay, also you want to avoid things that turn into sugar, like white rice, the breads, the pastas. You know, replace them with things like beans and quinoa and whole grains. Okay, and you know what, you're going to notice a difference. Also avoid those starchy vegetables, and also avoid a lot of extra fruits, and stick with fruits like berries and fruits. Like, I love blackberries. I carry those around in my pocketbook. I'll From time to time I'll carry those little baby cucumbers around with me. I love those. I make almond bread within 4 minutes on in my microwave, which I'm not a big microwave fan, but it's something to eat that will satisfy you. But you just have to shift your mind, and you have to go back to the picture that I showed earlier. Do you want to be happy, or do you want to be sad? And that is the bottom line. And so there's all sorts of things that we can do, but I'm going to tell you, there is some of us have unfortunately done some damage to our bodies, and we didn't even know it. We didn't know that our A1C was high. We didn't know that our blood pressure was creeping up. And then boom, you go to the doctor. He's like, oh, this does not look good. Or they say they're going to call you, but they call you right away. You know, they say, oh, we'll set up an appointment to tell you what your numbers look like in about a week or two. And all of a sudden they call you back in 2 or 3 days, and you're like, whoop. And so you want to be sure that you are checking to see how you're doing, but that you're also looking at ways to improve your lifestyle, but also you're looking at new things that can help to reverse the aging process. Maybe you're already caught up in that situation where you have, you know, inflammation or mobility issues or memory issues or heart issues or stroke issues or, you know, issues with autoimmune issues. You may have some of these things, and when you begin to change your diet, and when you begin to exercise more and even drink water and do what you need to do and get the proper sleep, you'll notice that you'll get better. But you also know, like I said, that you may need a little cheat code, something to help you along the way. And so I'm here today to share with you also a solution that many people all over the world have began to realize is benefiting their health and allowing them to reverse their age, uh, their cellular age, and impact their health and turn around some things which have been really plaguing them. And so we got some good news today, and I'm excited to share it with you. And what we want to ask you today is, have you been patched? And I'm going to say most people have not. If you are on this call and someone invited you, what we're going to talk about is a incredible technology that is helping people to improve their health. Now, this does not mitigate, heal, or cure any disease that you have. This is an all natural way for your body to tap into your own light and your own energy and your own heat and begin to reactivate your own stem cell. Now, I know that if you're like me, I didn't know anything about stem cells at all until maybe, you know, not much about them. But now within the last 5 years, you're hearing quite a bit about stem cell research, about injections, and we have a new technology that is actually eliminating the need for injections. Is there anybody here that would like to say, oh, can I impact my stem cell without getting an injection? What if I told you the answer was yes? Would you be interested? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's take a look here at what we have in our hands. We have an incredible new technology, and it's called X39. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Okay, just like vitamin D, your body's able to absorb it from the sun. Well, this incredible invention is a very small device, as you can see over in the corner here. What it's going to do is it's going to use infrared heat from your body. And once the heat from your body hits this incredible patch that has nanocrystal technology in it. It's going to redirect the heat back into your body, and it's going to increase your GHK copper peptides. There's over 5,000 studies that tell you that when your GHK copper peptide increases, that you will in fact notice your stem cell begin to reactivate, and which is what we call regenerative health, which is a new frontier, and that's something that has been really readily available, particularly in this country, or in an affordable way that most people would be able to afford. All right, and so this is non-transdermal. There's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. It's not a special diet that you need to tap into this technology. It is completely non-invasive. It does not have any kind, like I said, nothing goes into your body. So it doesn't impact like whatever you're doing right now. It just elevates what you're doing right now. So that's the great thing about this technology. And it is something that people all over the world are having breakthroughs with. Daily, we are having testimonials about this product. So let me tell you a little bit about the history of this product. It was created by David Schmidt. He's our CEO and inventor. He has over 180 patents. He's a scientist and inventor, and he specializes in age reversing. And some of you may have seen the movie Benjamin Button. And people always say, this sounds like Benjamin Button. Well, you know, a lot of times Hollywood shares things before they become reality, which is kind of strange, right? I don't want to be conspiracy theorist, but it's kind of strange. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. And the X39 patent took over 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. This is not a fly-by-night product. There's plenty of clinical studies, and we will definitely share with you a little bit about where you can get more information to really take a look at those and to have a better understanding of how the technology works. And so this is one of the patents, and this is some of the wording in the patent, okay? It elevates your copper peptide, including activation of stem cells and improvement of energy, elevation of antioxidants. I mean, this does so many things. It helps with the management of pain, improvement of stamina, elevates your collagen, the collagen production, improves wound healing. And I'm going to share with you some of those testimonials. So increased strength. Now, as you get older, one of the things that happens is you start to lose sometimes your strength, your muscle. It's going to help to increase your strength. It's going to help reduce inflammation for people that have issues with inflammation in joints, like arthritis. Like my mother, she had that issue, and after using it for about a month, maybe, it probably was before that, I noticed she was walking a little different, and she's like, oh yeah, I don't have any arthritis, it's gone. And so it's helped her, it's helped countless others, people with increased stamina. In other words, being able to work out more, have more strength as well. It's phenomenal for that. Energy and vitality. I know the first day I used it, the device or the patent or the little patch, I'm gonna call it a little patch. I felt tingling on my forehead. I felt like my neurotransmitters were opening. I felt like I could see things more clearly. I felt more focused. It was quite incredible. I was like, oh, what's happening? This is incredible, right? Mental clarity, restored muscle or skeletal conditions. We have a gentleman who over his childhood had over 100 broken bones due to just being an abusive family. And he has 3 bone disorders now. He's in so much pain, he could barely even move his neck. With the phone rings, he said he just cuts his eyes over, like, I can't get that phone. He hadn't been out of the house for a couple years because he could barely walk. He had hunchback, many issues. And after using this product for about 6 weeks, he found himself walking, getting outside, being able to move around and not have the same pain and discomfort level that he had in the past. So major changes are happening. Also improves sleep. So people have said that they've gotten the best sleep that they have gotten in years. Some people wake up all night long to go to the restroom, and they're finding that after utilizing this product, within the first, I guess, the first day, instead of waking up 5 times, they're waking up maybe 1 time, which is incredible. Also, improve skin appearance. And that is always something that everybody always wants to look good. Anybody want to look good? I know you do. Okay, so you're going to achieve optimal health and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Some people have even noticed that it impacts look things long term. Anybody interested in long-term results? Absolutely. We have per over 80 case studies on thisisitinfo.com. You're actually going to, there's studies that show 97% of the people who utilize this product have a change going on in their body. Within the first few days, over 4,000 genes begin to reset. And within 6 weeks, their brain becomes more balanced. Okay. I noticed that with my mother. She was kind of, going through depression. And she started, it was almost like she in the bed and she's like, I can't get up. I'm just too tired. And I put the patch on her, and within a couple of minutes, I hear her walking around. And my son is joking around. He's like, we need to put a camera in her room. He said, because I'm just curious, like, what happens? And she like laying there, all of a sudden you put the patch on her and you leave. And she says, she just gets up like, what's going on? But it's pretty funny. We're like, wait a minute. She's walking around like nothing happened. Like, we're like, wait a minute, something changed. Also, within 3 months, your collagen has increased and people's skin is looking like incredible. It's also helping with things like cystic acne, things like keloids, scars. People have had surgery, people who've even had things like plastic surgery or like BBLs, and they have scars, and sometimes those scars are not healing properly. We have masseuses, we have doctors that love this product and prescribe it all the time. And then we have this is going to be it amazes me. Within 6 months, studies have proven that your heart actually reverses in age by 8 years, which is phenomenal. We're talking about people who would typically maybe have had to have surgery. Now they're finding that their body's healing, okay, because their body is healing itself. Okay, again, we're not saying that our product heals your body. We're saying that the product puts your body in homeostasis, and then your body begins to heal itself the way that God intended for our bodies to heal. And as I mentioned, we've done quite a bit of damage. And now we're obviously finding a way to reverse it. And as the CEO, David Schmidt, an inventor, has stated, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. Now, don't say we didn't tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a real thing that is going on in our time, in this world. And it's important that we all know about it, because it's not just about you. You may be perfectly healthy. I don't know. Maybe you're perfectly healthy and you're on this call. You don't have any aches, you don't have any pains, you don't have any issues with sleep. You're just perfecto. But I know for a fact that you know someone that's struggling in their health. You know someone who is experiencing pain from their head to their toes and they can't take it. We've had so many testimonials of people that said that they didn't know what they were going to do because the pain was so intense. And now we have people that are finding a way back to their health. Now you're asking, well, how do you wear this product? Well, you wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. And then you throw the patch away. You wear one patch at a time. Now I'm going to tell you, I wore my patch. I changed it up. You can wear it on the site of it if there's an area that's just lots of discomfort. But I can tell you that I did wear it on my stomach quite a bit. And I felt like I lost 5 pounds, but I felt like I lost that weight because of digestion. My digestion was much better. I was going to the restroom more regularly. And that really helped a lot. Of course, you want to drink plenty of water when you're using this product, not sugar. No, 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 not sugar. Plenty of water, so that you can flush out any toxins that are in your body, because that's the one thing that the patch wants to do, is it wants to get rid of those toxins. And we have a gentleman on the line today who had so many testimonials that it's quite amazing. And it was greatly because I believe I think he had got rid of his neuropathy in just 3 days. And the reason I believe that is because he was actually going through a detox even before he heard about this product. And so when he started using it, the product was able to go in there, get his body, up level his body even a little bit more. And then his body began to heal itself. And that was just the beginning of the testimonial. That was just the beginning. All right. And so give you an example. So just to tell you a little bit about the company, right now, the company's been around for over 19 years. The name of the company is LifeWave. And they went from $20 million to $320 million in the last 3 years. Now, the first, I'm going to say 17 years, they were primarily promoted through the medical community. And that's why you see a lot of doctors online talking about this product. And a lot of people have even stepped away from practicing to actually promote this company worldwide, which is to me amazing and a great testament to their belief in the product, because they've used it themselves. They've seen their testimonials, and they've seen how many people they've helped. And so they're convinced of it. So we're open in over 75 countries. So if you have a family member in Germany or somebody in another country, we can help them too. Again, this product is not like most other companies where there's a weight loss, skincare, and supplements. And so if you're a person that wants to help people, we can certainly show you a way to get in a position to help others, but also help yourself as well, which I think is important. Because we believe that, your greatest asset is in fact your health, but also being able to help others and to supplement your income or replace your income is also something that a lot of people need, particularly with the way the economy is going and the way things are shifting. But I know some of you got on this call today and you were thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I hear all the issues, Erica, with SP6. I hear all the issues, Erica, with sugar addiction. And I believe you. I'm going to watch the documentary on YouTube. I'm going to be more aware of what I'm eating. I'm going to improve my lifestyle. But I'm going to let you know right now, I'm struggling. I'm struggling because that is the area of my life that gives me joy, is when I wake up in the morning and I get a big bagel with some jelly or a big cup of coffee with 10 sugars. And I just don't see how I'm going to get off this hamster wheel. I just don't see. So I was there to a certain extent. Let me just say that. All right. And so I can tell you that I found one of the products that our company promotes along with the X39, which is our flagship product. And I began to implement it. I said, let me give it a try and see what it does. Well, guys, I sometimes leave my house and I work from home, but sometimes I want to get out. So I decided I was going to go to Panera Bread and sit in there. And I had just put the product, it's also a very small patch, on my leg. And I was there at Panera Bread probably 9:30 in the morning. And it wasn't until about 3 o'clock that I realized that I wasn't hungry. It didn't even cross my mind. Now you got to understand, that's got to be something really amazing, because I'm sitting there and people are coming in with their trays, leaving with their trays, coming in with their trays. And it did not trigger inside of me and say, wait a minute, I want a croissant, doggone it. I promise you, it did not even enter my mind. And I had to remind myself, you know what, honey, you didn't eat. I was like, I don't really care. I didn't have that strong drive and craving. The smell of the bread did not call my name. Erica. It didn't. I was blown away. And it was at that moment that I realized that I could have control over my sugar cravings and that the sugar craving thing was real. And that once I was able to recognize that the sugar cravings were driving me, I could begin to be more aware and make better choices. And then with my little friend, the SP6 patch, it just made it easier for me to just get off the sugar altogether. I said, what's going to happen if I get off the sugar altogether? Well, I don't know about you, but like I said, you will begin to know that something is needs to change in your health, particularly if you go to the doctor or if you just notice your energy level. So if you realize that, you know there's something you have to do. And a lot of times we don't want to give up the stuff that we love, right? But look here, it supports appetite regulation, reduces cravings, improves hormonal balance, reduces menopause troubles, reduces PMS troubles, supports motivation. I was so focused. Now, I did have on my X39 and my SP6, which is a very good combination, I have to tell you. And of course, it allowed me to not make any rash decisions. you know, oh, I need a soda, you know. And so it was great for that. And it also allowed me to improve and have a calmer mood. All right. And so I can tell you right now, it was a complete blessing for me. And it's something that you can add to what you're doing to help you to have a little bit more support. Now, if you want to learn more about our company and our products, you can go to info.thisisitinfo.com to learn more about it. If you want to learn more about the SP6, I say get with the person that invited you on this call, and we can get you information about that as well. But the whole process is just a way to help you to cut this sugar craving that we often find ourselves experiencing. And it's just, as a matter of fact, Derwin, are you out there? Because I wanted to see if you could come on. I know you were telling me something about you lost someone who had a problem with sugar, and a lot of people did not realize it. If you could come on and share that, I think that would be very insightful.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hi. Hey, doing an excellent job. So thank you, definitely for us putting this call together. But yeah, my basically, my pastor for over 20 years was he was, he had cancer, and cancer about let's say about 17 years ago, they took out like 15 feet of his intestines, and that's where all the cancer was residing. And so, 15 years later, the cancer came back with revenge. And but the disturbing thing that that I seen, where I seen him go from almost 300 pounds all the way down to skin and bones. And, of course, all that weight came back on him. But the only thing that he did not change was a lot of things, was our eating habits, because he still had the same eating habits. And I believe we started changing some things. And I was talking to his son, and in the closet, he had bags and bags of candy. So Pastor was dealing with a sugar addiction. And I just thought it was, everybody, every time you see him, he'll give the kids candy, But Pastor was a big kid also, because he had bags of candy in his closet that he couldn't get rid of. So many times, there's so many different addictions that one may be suffering with, and to have a product such as this that can at least begin to like turn off the key code in the brain. And when a person begin to start eating, because some people they stress eat, and so they eat themselves to death. Some people have other types of addiction. So the reason why we having this this call is because, like I said, I lost a great person that was phenomenal, played a big part of my life, and so I don't want to if I don't want to sit back and lose another family member or lose another friend, or lose anyone for that matter, if we know we can help. So that's the reason why we have this heart to heart. And so, we just passing the word on because, those of you that knows people that suffering, they don't have to suffer anymore. There is help. The XP6 is phenomenal patch. The X39 has done miraculous things in the body, but you have to believe that it's going to work. If you believe it's not going to work, it's not going to work. If you believe the medicine is not going to work, it's not going to work. But what we do is when we find a problem, we found out now how to put a patch on it. So now we can patch the pain, we can patch the problem, and also we can patch other things, in one's life. All right, back to you, Miss Erica.
Wow. Yeah, we don't realize it, Derwin, the little things. And look at sugar, look how little it is, right? Who really knew that it was causing all these problems as a child? It never even crossed my mind that it was causing a problem. I thought it was my friend. And I think everybody on here kind of felt like it was their friend until you start getting older. And even with my children now, I'm counting their sugar. And they're like, leave me alone, ma'am. I'm like, I'm not going to leave you alone because it will catch up with you. That's the one thing that I think that we don't understand is that if we don't do something, if we don't change something about our health before, you have to change it before it turns into a bigger problem. Okay. So as you can see here, see, look at me. Look at me. I'm a little cutie. Can you guys see this picture? Can you see it? Darren, can you see the picture on my screen?
Yes, I had just muted myself. Yes, I can see it.
That's okay. That's okay. So as you can see here, me and the white. Now that was probably a few years ago. This one was more recent with the lower picture here with the leopard on. But look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I never thought that I would have my stomach so much smaller. Okay, so this is what has happened to me as a result of being a part of this company, as well as heightening my awareness of what I really need to do to improve my health, and using the X39 and the SP6. So as you can see, it's been successful. Yay! And so I just want to encourage you all to definitely tap in and begin to really, take a look at what this incredible product can do, what this technology can do. Okay. And so I was wondering if Mr. Hines is on the line, if he can unmute and maybe say a couple words, maybe even share a testimony from someone that you've already been able to help with this incredible product, and also maybe even give your own testimony. So that would be great. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hope that everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Powerful information. And I feel convicted myself because I do have a sugar craving. So Miss Erica convicted me with this information. Y'all pray for me. Keep me in prayer. Okay. But I'm very, very grateful for this company, the LifeWave, the patches, because once again, it does help to level out, to balance out things in your body. So you won't have those cravings. And I am a witness of losing my father. He was on insulin before he died, and taking the shot, and was dealing with sugar diabetes, and it runs in my family. My grandmother, my mother was on literally close to 20 pills before the Lord took her home, and she was dealing with the same thing: sugar, diabetes, high blood pressure. Even I went to my doctor last year, and they said that I need to watch my levels. So this is very, very serious. You know, it's a serious thing in our community. So we want to encourage everybody to get the word out. I just lost my spiritual father, literally about over what, I don't know, it's been probably about 3 months now. And he was about 350 pounds, was dealing with weight issues and sugar and on insulin, on dialysis. And, you know, most of the time he was going 3-4 times a week. He lost his sight. So this is very, very, very serious information that we need to get out to the community and share with everybody on the planet. Okay. So I'm very, very excited. Once again, very excited about this company. I in the last 3 weeks, I've lost another friend to a massive heart attack. So this is very, very serious, everybody. The silent killer, sugar. And we want to get this information out about the X39 Life Wave and share it with everybody that we know. I encourage everybody. And I'm sitting here, I look at their pictures. In the last 3-4 weeks, I've lost close ones to me, business partners, because of these issues, okay? And I just want to encourage everybody, let's get the word out while God is gracing us with this opportunity. Let's share it with everybody we know. This is just the beginning. Take advantage of these calls every Monday at 1 o'clock. It's going to continue to grow and keep growing. And let's get the word out. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. We appreciate you coming on, but you made some very good points. And I know you text me and you send me, you know, information about people that were important to you that didn't make it. And, you know, it's really important that we get out and share this information. I have a family member that I've been telling about this, and then her son started having some serious issues. And I was able to share this with him, and now he's having some improvement. And so it's just amazing how you're helping your family members, and just because you're here today, first of all, okay? So how would you get started, you may ask? Well, it's really simple. You just get a packet. You can come in as a silver, you can come as a gold, or you can come in as a diamond. We have some people that want to come in at a diamond, and that's $15.99. That's because sometimes they want to share the product with others. They might want to get in business with us, or they may want to just have the product for the whole year for them and their family member, because sometimes they use the product, they have such good results, they want to make sure that nothing goes wrong and that they always have the product. And so that's our diamond level. And then we have our gold level, which is $499.95. And you're going to get 5 sleeves. I'm sorry, with the diamond, you get 19 sleeves, but with the gold, you get 5.5 sleeves. And that's good to start for you and a family member. And even if you want to, again, share it with others. And then we have our silver, which is $299. And this is also a great option because it gives you 90 days if you wanted to do it by yourself. And we strongly suggest that you do it for 90 days because we have people who are on oxygen, and after 5 months, they may be able to stop using their oxygen. So, you know, you need to give it some time. There are some people that experience results almost immediately. We call them our early responders. But most people, if they've been dealing with something for a while, it may take some time for their body to completely adjust. But we know that during that process, the product is going to be working on something. It may be working on your kidney, your heart, your vision. You may want it to work on your acne. It might get to that in month 4. It's really no way to know because it's your stem cells that are doing the work. All right. So this is the way that you can get started, and we want to encourage you to do that today. Don't prolong it. You just don't know. Every day our bodies are under attack, whether it be what we're eating, what we're drinking, or whether it just be things that have accumulated over time. And the goal is to nip it in the bud and get to it immediately while you're making adjustments on the silent killer, while you're watching a documentary, while you're beginning to change. You already know that you need to do something. And if you don't do something different, you're not going to get a different result. And so, guys, we appreciate everybody for being on the call today. Hopefully this information was informative to you. And please also get with the person that invited you. We have just a nice landing page to show you a lot of testimonials so that you can see them for yourself and you can know exactly what's going on and how people's lives are being changed. All right, everyone, my name is Erica McQueen. I want to thank Mr. Derwin King for being on the call today and being co-host for us to be hosting together, as well as Mr. Hines and his team. I want to thank everyone for being present, and we're so excited. And this is a recorded call, so we definitely want to encourage you all to share it with our inspirational leaders, because our goal is to share heart to heart so that people's lives can be changed. Did you have a final thought, Derwin?
No, I mean, actually, I'm just excited to, come on these calls and, try to change lives around the world, because it definitely changed my life and it changed so many other people's lives. And, even from a business standpoint, it's incredible. It allowed me to actually stay home more, so, because the product is working. That's the main thing. See, if it wasn't working, we wouldn't have some of these testimonies. So it's life changing, tear jerking, it's a movement, and I always tell people, this is not business for me. This is ministry for me. So those of you that understand, whatever your passion, whatever your calling, whatever you want to do, you can do it, and just feel good about doing it. And I feel excellent about giving somebody a patch, and being able to change their life, because we know, it's all in your personal belief. But if you go out and help as many people as we're helping, you have changed lives around the world, one patch at a time.
Well, you know something, Derwin, I have to just piggyback off of one thing that point that you're making. And you were saying that sometimes, I think you and I were talking privately, sometimes leaders are kind of secretive and they don't necessarily feel like they need to tell people exactly what they're doing to improve their health. But what I've noticed is that people suffer because of silence. People suffer when they don't tell other people what they're dealing with. People suffer when they have a solution and other people don't share it. And so that is why this business has been a blessing to me as well.
Hello.
And I just want to encourage, it's been a blessing to me as well. I don't know if that somebody was unmuting. Okay, sorry about that. So anyhow, it's been a blessing to me as well. And it's helped me cut stress, because who wants to drive to work? Anybody want to drive to work? Because I don't. I love working from home. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great afternoon. And we'll see you guys next Monday at 1:00. And for those of you that want to learn more about what we do as business partners, you can join us tonight as well at 8:00. All right. Have a great one. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Be blessed.